Hello everyone and welcome back to IMO Reviews. Today we are discussing Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Amongst Thieves. Directed by John Francis Daley and Jonathan Goldstein and starring Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Justice Smith, Hugh Grant and Sophia Lillis. Based on the popular board game, Chris Pine leads his band of merry men on a mission to retrieve a magic tablet. So let's get straight into the positives of Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Amongst Thieves. The biggest one for me being that Chris Pine was an excellent lead for this movie. He's charming, likeable, funny, quick-witted. You can't help but want to cheer him on and see him succeed even when he's being a downright scoundrel. I also thought Michelle Rodriguez worked very well with him as well. She's quite astute and underplayed here, but she delivers what she needs to and does it very well. I also enjoyed the set design and the costume. It's very well made, and the camera and the script are very clearly in capable and imaginative hands. And in that creative imagination, they do some really cool stuff that is definitely fun and entertaining, and it does give the film a nice little zingy kick in places. And comedy seems to be extremely hard to find in cinema these days, either going for the lowest hanging fruit or going for the safest, most unoffensive option. Gladly, Dungeons and Dragons had me laughing throughout. There's a good 3 or 4 jokes in here that got a genuine chuckle out of me. I wasn't expecting it and it was funny. But I do have some negatives as well. Sorry. I didn't love everybody in the cast. I'm not sure if I am enjoying this Hugh Grant renaissance quite as much as everybody else is. I also still don't really like Justice Smith as an actor. I don't know what he did to be put in this position where big production companies genuinely think he is capable of being a lead for a movie. He has yet to have done a single scene that's made me go, acting. And Dungeons and Dragons is exactly the same. He's still insufferable. At least he isn't shoved down your throat quite as much as he is in films such as Jurassic World, whatever bloody one he was in. And this is going to make me sound like a grumpy old man, but I did not understand the world or the rules at all. Very little is explained, which is fascinating because there's so much exposition in the movie. I don't have any real personal experience with Dungeons and Dragons. It's just not really in my world. I don't know anybody who does play it. I would love to give it a go though. It looks and sounds like it'd be right up my street. And I was hoping in watching this movie, not only would I learn something about the game, maybe get a feel for the game, I might even be a little bit inspired to go out of my way and check it out. Go and try and play Dungeons and Dragons for real. And I don't have that at all upon watching this, because I don't feel like I've learned anything, and I certainly don't feel like you've piqued my curiosity. Anytime it did pique my curiosity, it would raise a million questions that would just go unanswered. And if the film doesn't care about it, then why should I? And that was a huge problem for me. This film seems to go in with the mentality of, relax, we're all just having a bit of fun, yeah? And yeah, we are, but it doesn't make any sense. And I don't really understand how this is at all attached to the board game Dungeons and Dragons. If there are Easter eggs, if there are references, I didn't get any of them, and I certainly don't feel like I got a beginner's guide or an insight on how the game works. I thought this was going to be smarter, and I thought it was going to be a bit meta and actually draw on the fact that this is a game. Maybe it comes out of the medieval world and we actually see just average kids sitting around the board game disagreeing with each other on their decisions, and this kid is Chris Pine's character and this girl here is Michelle Rodriguez in the medieval world. Yeah, no, none of that at all. It is just these fictional people in this fictional place doing these fictional things. And that's about as much as it matters. So as much as it was really fun, and they're definitely pushing their foot to the floor and giving it their all in the entertainment value, I had no idea what was going on. I didn't really care about the characters. I had no idea what the characters' motivations were. Like, why is the bad guy bad? I don't know why he wants to do what he wants to do beyond the fact that he's bad. Would it have been so hard to just go a bit deeper with it? I don't think the pacing of the movie helps either. They give you the plot quite early on, but then it's so intent on going here, there, over here, back around here again, set piece, big monster, that I constantly stopped and asked, hang on, is this still the same plot? Because this feels like we have well and truly come off the tracks. With everything cool that this film does, the logical thought behind it is so undercooked that you'll just have a million unanswered questions as the film continues to go on. And ultimately you're left with a inconsequential, fun ride that you're probably going to forget a day after watching. So I'm going to give Dungeons and Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves a 5 out of 10. I think I said it quite perfectly earlier in the review, to be honest with you. It is fun, but absolute nonsense. It's nowhere near the worst thing I've seen, even in this year, and there's been some absolute crap. But it's also not anywhere near the best thing I've seen. I certainly don't feel the need to revisit it or get it on Blu-ray. Switch your brain off, take the kids, and you'll have a blast. But don't expect it to make any sense. But all of that being said, I would be fascinated to hear the thoughts of any Dungeons and Dragons players. If we have them, please do comment below. Did you like the movie? Was it just absolutely egregious and totally wrong? I don't know, so please do inform me below. Thank you for watching this review. Please be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and please hit the comment section as well. Have you seen Dungeons and Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section below. And of course, if you haven't had enough of this crazy ginger, you can always click on these suggested videos right here and get yourself lost in an IMO wormhole. But if not, take care, and I look forward to seeing you on the next review.